When you're planning a lunch date, it's kind of important to make sure you check if certain restaurants are open or like any restaurant is open on the day you're planning your lunch date before you plan your lunch date on that day, because you don't want to go out to eat somewhere when nothing is open, because what's the point of you going out to eat when nothing is open on a certain day? Keep that in mind. Hi everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel. Or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you didn't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes, and I'm filming in front of my dresser right now because my bed is an absolute mess because I have stuff all over it because I'm trying to finish some fingerless gloves to sell for knitting. And so I wanted to film in an area that wasn't too messy. So I hope you guys like this background. I filmed in it maybe like 2 or 3 times now. But anyway, so today in this video, I'm going to do a story time about the time my friend and I accidentally made a mistake and planned a lunch date on a day when none of the restaurants except a chain was open in my city. So this is a story just to let you guys know, if you decide to plan lunch dates with your friends, especially during pandemic times, like at the beginning of the pandemic, you should always check the hours of a restaurant before you plan the lunch date on a certain day to make sure the restaurants are actually open, because you're not gonna, if you plan a lunch date on a day when nothing is open, you're gonna be sure how to look to find a place. And sometimes, usually the only places that are open on certain days are usually chains, but if you're planning on going to a local restaurant, it's good to check the hours of the local restaurants before you plan a lunch date on a certain day, because you want to make sure the restaurants are open before you plan your lunch date. So I'm going to get started, and I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I hope you learn how to plan a lunch date properly on a day when restaurants are open. So this all started about almost 3 years ago. It was like still kind of the beginning of the pandemic when everybody was sheltered at home and everything. And then they were only doing like takeout orders at restaurant. They were kind of they started to do in-place dining or takeout as an option. And so this one day I'm talking to my friend and she wanted to get together, and we decide to plan a lunch date. So we talk about our lunch date, what time we want to do it, and blah, 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 and we pick a day to plan it. So we're so funny because we made a mistake and accidentally planned our lunch date on a Monday. So in my city, on Mondays, none of the local restaurants in my city are usually open on Mondays. It's just, I think, so people get an extra day off because the weekends are crazy and crowded with customers. So they close everything on Mondays in my city. So just then the staff and the employees or the people that own the restaurants can get a day off. So anyway, excuse me. Sorry about that. So anyway, in my city, a lot of the restaurants are open on Mondays because weekends are I think it's because the weekends are crazy, and so they because the weekends are like crazy with customers and everything. So basically Mondays are days where people can sit and relax. So anyway, it's a Monday. My friend comes over and she goes, "Are you ready to go to lunch?" And I've said, "Sure." And my mom comes by. Well, she's at the house. I live with my mom anyway. So my mom is at the house and she goes, "Oh, hi, what are you guys doing?" And I go, "Oh, we're going to get ready to go out to lunch." And my mom's like, "Is there anything open?" And we're like, "We don't know." And we realized we suddenly forgot to check the hours of restaurants. So my mom decides to take us for a little ride downtown to see if there was anything open because we were going out to lunch. So we try a couple local restaurants downtown. We try a local Mexican restaurant. They're not open. We try A couple other local restaurants, like a few local sandwiches shops, those aren't open. We try a couple burger places, they're not open. And we try one of my favorite local restaurants, but that one's not open either. Neither is my other favorite local restaurant, which is near the downtown area of my city. So none of the restaurants in the area that I live in are open. And we have to hurry and find some food because I didn't want to send my friend home because this was the only day that we could do lunch with her, because she had a bunch of school stuff she had to take care of, or she had so much she was doing and everything, and this was the only time we could do lunch together. So the only option that we had in my city was the local Subway in the downtown area. That was the only thing that was open. So we decided to go into Subway. My mom, my friend, and I all go into Subway. My friend and I buy our lunches. I just get a footlong with chicken, bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Yes, I'm very boring when it comes to my food. Obviously, I just order it plain. My friend orders a sandwich. I can't remember what she ordered. I think she ordered like turkey or something. And then my mom orders a sandwich, and I don't remember what she ordered. I think she ordered something with like mayonnaise on it, and then I think it was it chicken? I don't remember what my mom ordered. I think she ordered something with salami on it or something. I can't remember, but we all ordered sandwiches at Subway to go. We grab snacks. My mom buys her food. I buy my food, and my friend buys her food. So we get in the car and we head back to the house, and my friend and I both start eating our lunches because we're pretty hungry. And then we talked about how if we want to go to the local restaurants, we have to plan our lunch dates on a Tuesday, which I thought was a really good idea because Tuesdays were like one of the days my local restaurants were open, because a lot of my local restaurants in my city are open either Tuesday through Saturday, or some of the local restaurants in my city are open Wednesday through Saturday. I don't know. It's just like everything's been weird. The hours of restaurants in my city have been so weird since the pandemic. So anyway, so we were talking about that, and we decided to start planning our lunch dates on Tuesdays or Wednesdays because it was just much easier for us because of our busy schedules, and also because a lot of the local restaurants were open on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, which made it easy for us as well. So we definitely did learn a lesson to start checking the hours of restaurants before planning a lunch date on a certain day. So the moral of the story is, if you're planning a lunch date with your friend, it's always important to check out when your local restaurants in your area are going to be open, because you don't want to plan a lunch date on a day when you have nothing open in your city, because what's the point of you going out to lunch with your friends if none of your local restaurants are open in your city on a certain day? But in case that happens, there are a lot of chain restaurants that are always open a lot during the week. So if you need to go to lunch with your friend, and this was the only day you can do it with your friend, I definitely do recommend going to a chain restaurant, because chain restaurants are always open. But if you do want to plan a lunch trip to a local restaurant, it's just important to look up the hours and times the times that they're open, because you want to make sure you plan the lunch date at the time or the date that your restaurants are open. So that was a funny story about how my friend and I accidentally made a mistake and planned a lunch date on a day when none of the local restaurants in my city were open. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope this video taught you how to be more prepared and make sure a restaurant is open before you plan a lunch date on a certain day, because then it'll make it easier for you just in case you're not in the mood to go to a chain and you want to go to a local restaurant. So please keep that in mind. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye!